which, as the national chairperson said, is a product of the meeting of national officials that took place on the 21st of January 2025. So I'm going to read the statement word per word as to the outcomes of that particular meeting. So it's statement of Mkhonto Wesizwe Party on the appointment of leadership structures. The national officials of Mkhonto Wesizwe held our first meeting on the 21st of January 2025 in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal province. And we're going to workshop this program in our annual Hubo, which is our annual strategic planning workshop, which is going to take place on the second weekend of February 2025. The minimum program of Mkhonto Wesizwe include the establishment of provincial, regional, and sub-regional detachments, and also VD-based branches and ward-based detachments in the whole of South Africa before the end of 2025. As part of that program, we have been mandated here today to come and announce the leadership that has been appointed to bolster the National High Command and the national conveners of the MK Women's League and MK Youth League. But also we're going to announce today the leadership collective of the provinces of Limpopo and Gauteng province. The national officials have resolved to appoint the following members into the National High Command of Mkhonto Wesizwe Party with immediate effect. The national officials of Mkhonto Wesizwe have also resolved to appoint Advocate Mpofu as the chairperson of the National Disciplinary Committee and have elevated the chairperson of the National Disciplinary Committee to be the national chairperson of the National Disciplinary Committee of Appeals. That is our Deputy President, Dr. John Mandlakaise Hlophe.
So one thing I want to say about the MK part is that, that house was in chaos. But after Floyd Shivambu came in, that constituency of the EFF came in, and there was order in the MK party in terms of governance, in terms of structure, in terms of the mother body, right? Just going down, going up, there was that order in the MK party. And when that order happens, something now became strong now to attack that formation, those leaders who brought that order. Now it was the members on the ground who were not happy, were just dissatisfied about some of the things to say, but these newcomers are taking our positions.
Zobasilana sama members omkhonto wesizwe sizothi thina siyafuna umsholozi alalele eze futhi ukukhala kwethu ngoba asikwazi ukumbona siblockekile labantu ababeka as high command nalo ambekile njengo provincial convener uyisimkhulu sithi thina abahambe basuke emkhontweni ngoba bayasidivide bathatha amasayidi babiza umkhonto khona umkhonto A nomkhonto B kodwa i-office balifica likhona line-structure and sikhathele ukuthi kudliwa imali baqambela abantu abangadlanga lutho amanga sithi thina sifisa umsholozi eze ngoba ithina sama-ground force esaqala umkhonto ithina ekade simisa ama-branch omkhonto bonke laba kade bengekho so sifuna lokho singama-members omkhonto wesizwe away with amasela aqhamuka ey'nhlanganweni ze-EFF nenhlangano za-ANC ekade zingekho siqala into yethu yabantu ewumkhonto wesizwe amandla.
Who are these ones who want them out? Then now the war in the MK party is about those who feel as if they were sidelined and those who just came in with their experience to head the party. But now I want to say something about Floyd Shivambu. Floyd Shivambu seems like the game of organizational structures and setting things to be in order seems like he's the mastermind of it. look at the MK party, right? Now the structure. You remember what Fikile Mbalula used to say about them not having offices and not having a secretary general, not knowing who to talk to. That when he spoke with the MK party members, they were telling you about Ubaba this, Ubaba that, Ubaba will ask Ubaba, everyone will ask Ubaba, and saying that this is a Mickey Mouse, it's a joke about this is a feeding scheme of Zuma, calling it Umkhonto weSinkwa. They don't know who to communicate with. They are telling you to Baba is sleeping. So a lot of things has been said. A lot of political opposition have accused this party of not having a direction.
It's been very difficult to engage with MK. We tried to reach out. That's what we explained. We tried to reach out and we drew blank. So what we know is what the leader of the party has said. And it's very difficult to talk to people there because when you talk to them, they tell you that they are still waiting for Ubaba. So, and Ubaba gatholakale. So we try to reach out, and even if yourself you can be in a position to help us, but the country must move ahead. The country must go.
But when the likes of Floyd came in, then there was order. Remember that it was the same Floyd who gave the 7 cardinal pillars when they were in the ANC Youth League, which they take those 7 cardinal pillars to the EFF, which he took that 7 cardinal pillars to the MK party. The same person. Because he claimed them as his right and said that he was the one who was behind the brain of that same 7 cardinal pillars, right? It's Floyd Shivambu. So the MK party seems like they've getting their house in order, okay, which is something that is very good. So now we'll have offices, you'll have an organizational structures, people to report to matters, and all these problems that you are facing. Now you'll just know where to take them. So I want to talk something different with the fighters. Fighters, one thing I don't understand about you and now the hate that you are showing to Floyd Shivambu and how eager you want him to be fired or him to fail at the MK party. Seems like Floyd Shivambu is not failing, but is just putting things in order there in that political party. So the likes of Fikile Mbalula calling him a sellout, a fraud, and so forth, I don't think those allegations are tainting the person who's like Floyd Shivambu, because he's doing a good job. I think Fikile Mbalula, remember Fikile Mbalula what he said about Floyd here?
That a person like Floyd yesterday who saw Zuma's lies and says today is not a liar. It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable. It's unforgettable.
Even other ANC leaders are calling him Floyd a sellout. I think these guys, they know the capabilities of Floyd Shivambu and in terms of in exact what he has done with the EFF, right? But it's so funny how the EFF fighters now, they hate Floyd. They so hate Floyd to an extent that it's like Floyd left the EFF but left his 7 cardinal pillars of what makes the EFF policy. So they are still holding on his ideas, the 7 pillars, the policies that were designed by him, but now they hate him because of how he left the CIC, right? So fighters, I want you to, I know this, you see this challenge I'm about to give you, it will be the hardest challenge ever in your life. It will demand your soul. I want you to think about this. Fighters, can you try for once just to turn the table around, right? And say to your mind or to yourself when you think that it is not Floyd who betrayed the CIC, but it's the CIC Julius Malema who betrayed Floyd Shivambu. Now calm down. I know this makes you angry. Calm down. I know it makes you want to attack me. Calm down. Just think about it, that it is the CIC who betrayed Mpofu, the CIC who betrayed Mbuyiseni Dlozi, the CIC who betrayed Floyd Shivambu. Just think about those lines. Why I say this? Because The agreement of the Umkhonto weSizwe party with President Jacob Zuma and with the EFF president Julius Malema, they had an agreement. They were meeting before the formation of this party. They had an agreement. Remember that? Remember Jacob Zuma saying this here?
When we were establishing Umkhonto weSizwe, we met as black parties, including the one we are talking about, and discussed and agreed. We are going to take over this past what you call. It's something that happened. Whether you like it or not, we are agreed. We actually agreed. The president we are talking about agreed to that. We're together. Because we vote there in different ways. It does not make us achieve what our ancestors said we must achieve. And that's why that discussion was discussed by many, many parties. One day you will know. I'm sure we'll tell you one day who were the people in that meeting.
No, and he has
agreed.
He has spoken about it in the public platform to say there were these meetings that took place,
which he was part of,
yes,
which he agreed as well, which he agrees as well.
Well, we knew that President Zuma is going to form a party after we persuaded him to endorse the EFF. Just imagine if President Zuma had endorsed the EFF, we will be very far, especially when he talks about this unity of
progressive forces.
Yeah, you find a progressive party. And then you say, no, I'm going to form another party so that you close your party and join my party. No, we were not saying close anything. We were saying endorse. I even went beyond to say we can then sit down so that you address your concerns with me and say, you know, when you guys take over, the following issues need to be attended to. It was an honest discussion that me and him had.
So what went wrong? Because
no, nothing went wrong. His mind was made up.
In terms of
forming a party.
Yeah,
in terms of forming a party, his mind was made up. There was no one who was going to convince him.
So according to what the witnesses, people who were there was an agreement that the EFF and the MK party will work together. And it seems like because the EFF, according to what we understood, it was not a one-man organization belonging to the CIC, because I remember that it was co-found, meaning there were other people who were involved, about Mpofu, Floyd, and Kenigunen and others. So now, these ones, they're coming together. So now, when these others agree that they will work with the MK and maybe create that one black big political party that will stand against the ANC. Now the CIC on their final meeting, he starts to refuse to go and see President Zuma. He sends delegates. And when the delegates come back, they are being sold because they've been with former President Jacob Zuma, they've been in a meeting with him for over 3 hours. And to the CIC, when they told him that it took this long, the CIC just became angry and decided, no, the EFF is not going anywhere. So the CIC himself went to meet with the president. Now the CIC said that, not me. So when he met with Jacob Zuma, the CIC now revoked and said within, I think it was within 20 minutes, he said, around 20-25 minutes, and the meeting was just adjourned early, and they went out, and the likes of Floyd and others were surprised with why it went on so quickly. But on that meeting, the CIC declined the offer of their MK party without telling these guys that no. So he took the decision alone, as if this was his political party. But it was not. It was also Floyd Shivambu's political party, Mpofu's political party. Those guys who started with the EFF and others, right? So now these ones, they felt betrayed by the CIC. No one is talking that in the EFF to say that we agree as a collective, but when you go there in something that we were agreeing upon, when you go there, then you come out and you want to tell us what to do. You are saying now the EFF will continue. So think about this. What if, fighters, what if it's the CIC who betrayed these guys, according to these stories? Because now when the CIC diverted, he refused to form this one big alliance with what? The MK party, because he says that he wanted the MK party, he wanted Jacob Zuma personally to endorse the EFF. So he wanted to suck the MK party to be under the EFF, not the other way around. And his leaders agreed with the other way around of the MK party. So now there was a fall away. So fighters, I implore you, just think about this. What if the CIC is the one who became maybe selfish, greedy about this decision, and maybe the CIC was like thinking about his pockets, saying that I'm making a lot of money with the EFF, the sponsors, donors, the IEC. If you can go and check how much he's receiving, is a lot. And is a person who has this character of not wanting to be told what to do. So do you think the IEC will take it being saying that I'll wait for Ubaba? Imagine Julius Malema comes and say, so what do you think about this decision and this decision? And say that, no, I will consult with the president, President Zuma, and ask him what to do in this with this. Just imagine the IEC doing that. It's impossible. It is a hard dot to find them. It's something that will never happen in the history, because the CIC, from while he was in the youth league, he had that utter ego character of not wanting anyone to tell him what to do. It is either his way or no way. And that stance of his, it has made him to betray his comrades, right? He may cry foul and that he's the one who's been betrayed. But I say, he's the one who personally, without engaging with them, took a decision alone as if this was his political project, right? And as I tell you, he's the one now who betrayed his leaders. That's why they left him, because they saw that Floyd Shivambu said that the EFF has taken another direction now. It was not that which he wanted it, or they were planning it to be, right? So I just want to leave it there. Think about this. If you're a fighter, think about this, right? Then you can leave your comment. I want to hear your thoughts. You can leave a comment on the section below. You can just share. I know that so many of us were blinded by love. We have preferences of a politician, but just swipe your line of thought for a while and think about this. So what has happened between these leaders? Because they were so close for far too long, but now seems like they've turned to be greater, bitter enemies. Please don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel, you can support this channel, and you can press the super thanks and leave your comment on the section below until we meet on the next video. And I'm out.